The Maid I Hired Recently is Mysterious is such an interesting anime at the moment, but I can see that it may be dipping quite a bit, and I'm looking at episode 2 so far. I can see that this is mainly a slice of life anime, and I'm not too sure if I'm enjoying it to the point where I want to continue it, but it's kind of got me hooked in a way, but in a way that I can say, okay, I can watch this in like 5 months time and kind of catch up, or at least maybe a while. But from this sort of anime is I see it from multiple points of, it's not really kind of a continuous thing. It's like multiple mini stories all the way through. So I thought, hey, I'd review episode 2, see what it's like in English. I'm going to listen to it in Japanese, see if I like it. But I feel like this is a very slow anime, which isn't a bad thing, but I'm hoping at some point it does kind of pick up. And if you know, please let me know down below in the comments. Now, the very first part of this is the fact that Yuri is waking up and Lilith is still looking after him and actually getting loads of different clothes and actually buying him gifts. And Yuri doesn't know what's kind of going on until he confronts her much later on. And I can see the comedy in this, and I'll explain how I would probably make this a little bit better in my eyes, but it's a bit kind of at the moment. So kind of seeing this, it shows that there is a relationship building, and I'm kind of a bit on it. But again, everyone is completely different. But there are certain things in this that kind of make me go, oh, are they going to get together when obviously Yuri is old enough? Is it going to be a thing where they get together in the next couple of episodes when I've actually watched it? Now, there isn't much of a premise to this episode or whatsoever, and I feel like I don't want it to go down this road. But there is a part of me which I generally kind of thought, oh, I would like Yuri to be at least, a late teenager, an adult, because there are certain parts in this anime, in English at least, that kind of makes me go, should that be there? And that's just generally how they react to each other and certain things that they say. Again, they keep dropping in the suspicious, like pretty much any chance that they get, and it does get kind of annoying much later on. But it's at the very first part, as I say, Lilith buys him clothes, buys him a new games console that is sold out everywhere. And at first, Yuri's like, yeah, this is really cool. But then later on is just like, how dare you? Why are you doing this? Shouting to the point where he says like, oh, hey, guess what? Is this so you can make me yours? Is this the whole thing? And because Lilith goes with it, Yuri's like, oh, okay, no, I'm going to make you mine. You're going to be mine instead. And I was just like, okay, I can understand to some degree, but I think it would have been much better if he was a bit more adult rather than what he is now, because he does reference that he is a child in this. The most longest part in this anime episode is the fact that Yuri is getting to know a cat, and Lilith is the one who's kind of like stroking it, saying like, oh, hey, this is a cat, you should come and say hello, you should interact with a cat. And I was like, okay, this is going to be kind of cool, and we're going to see the montage of Yuri actually becoming friends with the cat. That's absolutely fine. And the way it is to kind of protect, to feed, to actually gain the trust of this cat. But it gets to the point where Lilith goes, oh, hey, guess what? You here, are you wanting to be petted instead? Is that what you want? And it's like, no, you want to be petted. It's just crazy. It's just one thing that generally kind of makes me go, and I don't mind it, I just don't want to see a lot of it. And that's kind of weird, because normally I'd just be like, oh, it's cool, yeah, do whatever. The last part of this is the fact that Yuri wants to learn how to cook, so Lilith is going to turn around and teach him, and this is cool. I kind of like this because it does show that maybe people could get into cooking, so maybe they could have put stuff like, oh, hey, you want to make a stew, so I know that you like 40 milliliters or whatever, or what, cream or milk or whatever to go in it, or this is how you cook the meat, this is how you make the vegetables, this is what you do. And I feel like that could have been a thing in it, and I'd be like, okay, so maybe this anime is kind of teaching people who watch it, say, this is how you do this, or this is how you do that. And I think it's kind of cool. But it's just little words in this that just kind of make me go, oh, or little phrases that I wasn't a big fan of. Now, I don't know if this is a tactic or something like that, but the way that Yuri always goes in pretty much most scenes, oh, she looks so suspicious, makes you kind of go, okay, I'm invested in this. I want to know exactly what's happening. I want to see how this is all going to fold out. But to me right now, I don't need to hear every so often she's suspicious, because at that point, I would rather go, what is your deal? Why are you like this? Why are you doing this? And get all the information out and go, no, tell me. Because in the first episode, it's like, oh shit, I can't tell you anything. But I'd be like, no, I don't understand. You're not going to live here until you tell me everything about this. And I think that might work a bit more, because if it gets to the very end and Yuri's like, so why are you like this? And she goes, oh, you have to find out soon. And it says like season 2. I'll just be like, really? Didn't we learn not to leave cliffhangers in case there's another series? Rent a Girlfriend? I know there's a season 2, but that sort of thing, that cliffhanger that we may not get. I don't want to watch an entire series and go, oh shit, this isn't happening. And obviously, I mean, I could read the manga, but going out and buying all of it and going, okay, just to find out, I'd rather experience it through the anime, and if I'd been reading the manga, obviously I'd be doing the same thing by buying all the books. As I mentioned, the way that Lilith and Yuri are talking about their feelings for each other, I do generally really think that Yuri should have been aged up. He should be either late teens, early adult, whatever. I feel like that would work better than obviously having whatever age he is and obviously how old Lilith is. And I feel like this would have made more sense. Like, oh, okay, cool. Now I can watch this. This feels free. It's one of those things that we never see characters kind of express their feelings for each other. And having someone a lot older would probably work. And I don't know how old Lilith is anyway. So to kind of end this all off, the way that they're expressing, like, Lilith has love for Yuri, and that's the reason why everything is spotless, new gifts, the way that the food tastes absolutely amazing. I kind of like that to some degree, but it's just kind of weird. Like, I need more backstory. And I think there's an image or a little thing in the anime, in the intro, where you see a younger girl of Lilith, I'm guessing because same eyes, and they meet for the first time, so I can understand maybe that might be a thing where Yuri actually gave Lilith some kindness or compassion, and that's what Lilith was like, oh shit, I'm falling in love with him, so therefore I'm going to look after him in the future, or something like that. I can see it happening a little bit. I'm kind of intrigued because that's what I want to learn. That's what I'm kind of more into more than anything. But yeah, I think episode 2 is a bit kind of slow. I feel like we need a little bit more progression. Maybe that's what the others are like. That's what I'll check out and kind of watch when I can. But at the moment, this anime is slowly putting me off. But again, it's still very early days, so maybe I need to watch a few more episodes to kind of judge where it is. And yeah, I am going to leave it there. Have you seen this anime? What are your thoughts? Do you like this? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。